Joao Fonseca's journey at Roland Garros 2026 has come to an end. The Brazilian ended up being defeated in the quarterfinals by Jacob Mensik in straight sets with partial scores of 6-4, 6x-4, 6x-3, and 7-7, x-6, a defeat that of course is painful. As Brazilians, we would have loved to see Joao Fonseca reach the semifinals, reach the final, become champion in a place that has brought us so much happiness, right? With Guga back in the past with great campaigns. For example, Bia Biadade 3 years ago also reached a Grand Slam semi-final right at Roland Garros, but it didn't happen. And that's natural. We also shouldn't make a fuss over this loss by João Fonseca. It's true that we would have liked to see much more. It's true that we would have liked to be together again in 2 or 3 days cheering for João. But it's natural that he lost this match, and I'll explain to you why. Before that, leave your like on this video and subscribe to our channel. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our updates, because there's a lot of cool content here, including tennis. Well, João Fonseca ended up being knocked out in this Roland Garros quarterfinal match. But I think we have a lot more positive lessons to take from the journey than necessarily negative ones to take from today's match. João, if we look at the previous matches, he had some difficulties in some of the big confrontations, but man, he left behind no one less than Novak Djokovic, guys. The greatest tennis player in history, at least in my opinion, was left behind by a 19-year-old Brazilian tennis player. And not only that, he also eliminated right after Casper Ruud, who is a very good, very qualified player as well, experienced, and already has a lot of experience in international tennis. So man, João Fonseca made history in this campaign at Roland Garros. Of course, we would like to be following and cheering. Also stopping at the semifinals and obviously celebrating here this great match that he could have played in the quarterfinals. And even so, we have a lot of good things to take away from this match as well. It's true that it was a clash between next generation tennis players, the next gen as we like to say. But João, man, he naturally had some difficulties in the match. The match was close at times, but João still makes a lot of poor decisions, which is normal for a 19-year-old tennis player. If you look, guys, Mensik isn't just anyone. Some joke that João Fonseca eliminated Djokovic only to lose to Mensik. If we go back a year and 2 or 3 months on the calendar, Mensik was beating Djokovic in the Miami Open final. That's not for just anyone. Remember back when Djokovic was eager to win another big title in his career, in his journey, and then Mensik ruined the party in the United States? Yeah, that was him. So it's complicated. Mensik is still a young player. He's only 20 years old, just a year older than João. But man, he's a player who this year is really making a big difference. What João Fonseca did this year, Mensik did a year ago. So this 1 year of difference really makes a difference, both for Mensik and for João Fonseca. So it was a match that seemed to be very even. João managed to match the tennis at some moments in the game, of course. But at other times, Mensik was able to make his calmness, which he gained recently from competing in the big tournaments, count a bit more. Tournaments on clay, on grass, on hard courts. I think that makes a big difference for Mensik as well. A player who has a lot of variety knows how to adapt better to different surfaces. So, man, it was a match we would have liked to see João win, obviously, but that's part of it. I think we're going to take a lot of positive lessons from this loss as well. But man, we're going to remember this tournament as a great achievement, a great story, a real fairy tale built by João Fonseca after such a long time. A male tennis player hadn't reached the quarterfinals of Roland Garros in singles for a long time. If we go back in time, if I'm not mistaken, only Guga did it. Back in 2004, when he lost to Nalbandian, he had reached that stage. After that, no other Brazilian in singles managed to do it. Only Bia, but of course, in the women's category, in 2023, she even reached the semifinals and ended up losing to Świątek. And of course, my friend Świątek in 2023, nobody could stop her, right? But anyway, I think it's really cool to see João Fonseca growing. And we can't stop here, man. I think João needs our support. He needs the support of Brazilian fans so he can keep growing, improving his tennis, and naturally winning more titles. Who knows, maybe very soon at the next Grand Slam. Who knows, maybe next year he'll return to Roland Garros and win. João Fonseca still has plenty to improve in his career. Obviously, there's sadness, there's the pain of being eliminated, especially the way it happened, 3-0, that's tough. It's not easy to play against Mensik. Djokovic himself experienced that last year, and other tennis players have gone through it too. Mensik is ahead of João Fonseca in the rankings. Right, in this tournament, he was the 26th seed, João was the 28th seed. João is top 30 in the world. He's in the 30th position in the ATP ranking. So Mensik, even though he's very close to João, I think he has more decisive ability at this point in his career. That's something João will still develop over time. But man, yeah, everyone praises João a lot. Djokovic himself said João is a player for the big stages. He's a player for the big matches. I think we're going to see that more and more in João. Well, Roland Garros, we can't treat it as something that's going to be iconic, like it's never going to happen again. Guys, let's get used to it. João Fonseca, he's going to return to the big stages of tennis. He's going to play big matches against great players again. That's the future we see for João Fonseca. He's here at just 19 years old, and he's already catching the attention of all the guys in the top 10. And speaking of the top 10, let's be real, the top 10 is just around the corner for João Fonseca, guys. He's climbing higher and higher, improving his tennis, and he's going to get there. He's going to reach the top 10. Some people even say he'll make it by the end of the year. Possibly. I can't say yes or no, but it's possible this could happen. Brazilian tennis is in good hands. If we've waited so long for a new Guga, we've tried to project that onto Thiago Monteiro, Thomas Bellucci, and naturally they didn't reach Guga's level. They have their own stories, their own journeys. Thiago Monteiro, for example, was highly praised this year at the Rio Open, which we also covered really well. Thomas Bellucci too, for the history of Brazilian tennis. But man, the new Guga is here. It's João Fonseca. And we need to support, we need to value these great matches, these great achievements that he has accomplished for Brazilian tennis. His time will come. His time will come when he will win, and he'll reach a Grand Slam final. He's on the right path. This is the path for João Fonseca to achieve, of course, these great accomplishments that he has been striving for. He's on the right path and he'll get there. I have no doubt about that. We hope he'll be in the top 10 this year, but I'm not sure it'll happen. But man, this is João. This is the João we have to get used to seeing in the coming years. He's the one who's going to dominate along with Alcaraz, along with Sinner, along with Djokovic, who will already be retiring. Who knows? Maybe the third spot in this current top 3 of tennis players could be taken by João Fonseca, man. He has quality, he has ability, he has the game. I think he won't be lacking anything. I think the mental side is the only thing he needs to improve at this point in his game. Sometimes he loses focus too much, misses points, starts putting pressure on himself. He doesn't snap out of it much, and he doesn't get out of the atmosphere of the match much. It's part of it. He's a 19-year-old tennis player, and he's going to evolve, he's going to improve, and he's going to reach the top of the sport. I want to know your opinion in the comments about João Fonseca. Are you happy with his performance at Roland Garros? Do you think he can repeat it in the remaining Grand Slams of 2026? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And a lot of the tennis coverage, a lot of the coverage of João Fonseca's journey. We will keep bringing this coverage here this year, and of course, maybe in the coming years as well here at Lance.
So did you like this video? So give it a like, share it with your friends, and go ahead and subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to get updates on all the content published here at Lance.